feel strongly that matters relating to business statement must be dealt with, so that if you get to a point where we are going to make statement and you get up that you have a matter of urgent public importance that you want to raise with the leave of the person presiding, you will be given the opportunity to do so, and then the opportunity will be given to another person to also respond to the matter that you have raised. I believe that is the way we should be going.
Speaker, I will do exactly just that. But, Mr. Speaker, I want to put on record that sitting here in this black seat, I am not unaware of the responsibilities. I would never, and the record should bear me out, get up to run down a minister. Neither would I say things that I know I cannot verify. Honorable Minister knows me and knows me. I will not. As you may be aware, Mr. Speaker, I have prepared a full statement, and in fact, I've actually cross-checked. If Honorable Minister had been patient to listen to the exact words I used and how I approached this matter and how I even took a cue from you, he wouldn't make submissions to the fact that the minority leader should cross-check and do this, and if you mislead. Mr. Minister, with respect to you as a colleague, I would never take undue advantage of where I sit to run you down or your ministry. I won't do anything to undermine my own credibility. I want the nation to take me serious, and I want you to take me serious. The point I raised was well founded in peculiar facts that when we get the chance to share, you will know that I'm not misleading anybody. That said, I take a cue from Mr. Speaker. I would use the appropriate process to deal with this matter, and I will furnish you with all the records I have and the peculiar facts I'm raising for you to know that I am not being personal, neither am I dealing with unverifiable facts. You may recall that yesterday I beaconed you. I said I wanted to have a discussion with you because I wanted you to even have my statement to read before I do it on the floor of the House. Today I only dealt with key issues about the cost to our constituents. I was not running you down, with respect. So I think you misconstrued the government of the submission I made prior to your entry into the chamber, leading you to think that I am misleading or that I didn't check my fact. All those contracts, I have copies. You have been a minority leader, a chief whip. You know that when we are in opposition, we get information even far ahead than those of you in government. So at least give me that minimum respect that you be here. You know, when I was on the other side, there were things that you knew in government that I did not even know. You know. So please, colleague, we are not obstructive. We want to help our nation. So please bear with me. Mr. Speaker, I rest my case.
Yes, my majority leader, please, I will call upon you to respond to the issues raised pertaining to the business statement, and then we move on. Deputy Whip, you know my style, that after giving the opportunity to your leader, I don't look back. You understand? So, with all due respect, please, your leader has spoken. I plead with you. I'm pleading with you. Yes. This microphone is on at the back.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First and foremost, there was a discussion about inviting the Ministers of Finance and Minister for Agric to come and brief the House on the issues pertaining to the reduced payments going to cocoa farmers. During that discussion, my colleagues opposite insisted on making a statement. And even that day, I pleaded with them to wait until the ministers were in the chamber for them to make the statement so that we could holistically discuss the situation. The minority leader insisted on making the statement even before the two ministers came into the House. Thereafter, I also made a statement, and indeed, I read the entire press statement of the Minister for Finance to this House, making it part of the record of this House. And so I concluded that given that you had already made a statement and we had extensively discussed that statement, there was no need to summon the Minister for Finance and Agriculture to this House to discuss anything relating to cocoa. But any member is entitled to ask a question about cocoa prices. And if Speaker admits that question, if the information requested is not in the public domain, then that minister must come and answer the question. So you know exactly how to get ministers to come to this House. The practice where on Friday, when I present business statement, people will get up and say, they want the minister of this or the minister of that to be summoned to this House to respond to this and that issue. With all due respect, it is not founded in any of our standing orders. It is not founded in any of our rules that on Friday you just get on your feet and say that you want a particular minister to be summoned to come and respond to whatever you think that should be responded to. Where in our standing orders are you founding your request on? The rules are very clear, and I thought everybody understood the rules. So I'm not going to respond to any request that any minister should be summoned here. Now, look at what the minority leader did. Raising an issue about recruitment in a way that amounted to a comprehensive statement about the recruitment. And I think that this is most unfair. The minister responds to you, and instead of admitting your mistakes, you get up and you want to further undermine the minister's statement. The minister said he procured the service, that the various agencies participated, that the whole idea is to remove the human element as much as possible. I have been in this chamber in the last 1 week. We're passing the legal education bill. And the minority leader kept insisting on how we must introduce courses on AI, how we must introduce courses on IT, how all the lawyers must begin to use AI. The same minority leader who is insisting that all lawyers must use AI for their research, for legal work, he is rejecting an attempt by the Minister for the Interior to use IT to resolve a problem that we have been confronted with for years. What double standard is this? That you say that we must move towards removing the human element in order to deal with the problem of corruption, that we must use IT in order to be more efficient, that we must cut the cost of young people who want to be recruited. Everything that the minister has presented points in this direction. He is using IT. He is removing the human element and thereby fighting corruption effectively. And he is making it cheaper for the young people because they no longer have to travel long distances. What else could you ask for? What better arrangement could be put in place? Show me. Mr. Speaker, I think we should be fair to our rules. On Fridays, yes, when there is a business statement, if you think an item should be included, just mention it. But then also don't forget that there are ways in which to get ministers to come to this House. And this Friday calling on me that I should summon the minister, I'm no longer going to accept it because that's not the rules by which we get ministers to this House. Mr. Speaker, I think also that the debate about the numbers that participate in the comments and debates during SONA and the budget came up again at the committee meeting. Because even though the last time it was raised in this chamber, and Speaker ruled that in a parliamentary system, normally both sides are given equal opportunities. But I also know that in a lot of parliaments, every MP has a minimum entitlement. Every MP has a minimum entitlement. Go and scan through the arrangements in most developed parliaments, and you will see that, for instance, when it comes to statements, every MP is restricted to a number of statements. So one MP cannot come and bring 10 statements. No, your slot is one. And in addition, you are restricted to the time. The one slot that you have in every meeting of parliament, you must speak in 5 minutes. So minimum guaranteed opportunities for everybody is guaranteed in every parliament. Because we come here representing, different sides. The more numerous the side that you represent, the more issues that they have that must be put forward. So if you are limited in your time, it makes it difficult for you to put out all those issues. And for me, I'm not saying that every single day that we come to this chamber, that the speaker should say, okay, for every matter that we are debating, let's have proportional representation. No. I said in this special instance of SONA, every member of parliament must have an opportunity to have a bite. And so the arrangement that we have had in the past should be varied. Yes, I raised it before. Yes, an issue was the speaker took a position. But this is a house. This is a house. This is a house. Wait, this is a house. If the house agrees on an issue and votes on it, I don't see how speaker can overrule this house. No. Speaker cannot overrule this house. That is why it is contained in the report of a committee. And when the report of the committee comes, and we vote on that report, and we adopt the report, speaker is bound by the report of a committee. It's not an issue that I've raised on the house, on the floor that he has ruled on. It is the report of a committee recommending that this is how business should be arranged. And it is within the mandate of the business committee to make those recommendations. So I strongly believe that we should allow members on all sides to have an opportunity. Either we accept what we have proposed, or we revert to a system where when SONA is presented by the president, every single member of parliament should have a given time allocation. Even if it is 2 minutes, if it is 5 minutes, every MP should have a time allocation. That way, everybody is given a fair opportunity to participate in the debate. That is my position on the matter. So we have the proposal of the committee. I must put on record that this matter was objected to by the minority members of the committee. Fortunately for them, there were only two that day at the committee meeting. Fortunately for them, there were only two. There were 9 other members who voted in favor of this arrangement. So this was supported by the committee by a vote, majority decision. We have presented the report to this House. Let the House debate as we have done, and let the House adopt the report. If we adopt the report, I believe that Speaker definitely will accede to the arrangement. I'm not saying it should apply to every deliberation in this House. It is with particular reference to this SONA that is going to be presented to us tomorrow. That is the proposal. And in response to the minority leader's question that I promised to bring the finance minister and I didn't bring the finance minister, he also promised to bring the former finance minister, and he never brought the finance minister to this House. You promised that you will bring the finance minister as far back as May last year. Why are you running to? Why are you running to? You promised to bring Ken Oforiatta to this House. Did you bring him to this House? He's on his way, coming from the US. He's busy fighting immigration there to stay in the US. Mr. Speaker, I want to urge colleagues that I do understand that there is some advantage gained by your side by giving equal space as my side, which is 2 times your number. In fact, more than 2 times your number. And the reason why I continue to make this argument on my side is that I agree with you that it is not the number of minutes that you have, but the substance of what you say. I agree with that principle. It is a sound argument. But in politics, how much airtime you get, is very, very important in your political projection. How much airtime you get. So if my side we are 187, and then we are given the same amount of time that you who are 88, you are given, then it means that you get the same time to project 88, whilst I am compelled to use the same time to project 187. It's clearly unfair. It's clearly unfair, Mr. Speaker, and we are not going to accept it. So this matter, we are going to vote on it, and when we vote on it, it's going to be binding on this House that this particular SONA, we contribute on the basis of the number. Mr. Speaker, that is the position that my side has taken on this one. This is what the committee has recommended for consideration. As for the number of questions that we are scheduling for next week, we agreed to reduce the number of questions because next week we want to have the SONA debate, we want to have the bills being considered, and we want to also have some of the statements that have been pending and advertised for weeks now also taken, and we still also want to create room for the various committees that have referred out to present their reports. So in view of that, we calculated and came to a conclusion that the only way we could do it was by reducing the number of questions so that we can reduce the number of hours that we spend on question time and stick to the 1 hour rule of our own standing orders. So, Minister for Roads, that is why we cut down on the number of questions for next week. I believe all the issues have been responded to, and I urge members to adopt the report of the committee.
Honourable members, save that leadership of the House should engage on the ratio. Business statement as presented is hereby adopted. Honourable members, let me use the opportunity to admonish that today we are talking about every democracy. In every democracy, when the two leaders are given the opportunity to speak, we don't look back. Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, yesterday we referred the Ghana Accelerated National Reserve Accumulation Policy document to the committee, Finance Committee, and we asked the Economic Committee to join them. The report is ready, and so we would just want to lay the report so that we can come back to questions from the Minister for Lands. Just to lay the report.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I was actually not going to raise a matter with regards to the business statement, but I was actually seeking your guidance on something very important that I feel is wrong, and that is Order 71. Mr. Speaker, with your permission, I'll read Order 71 so that you can guide me. Mr. Speaker, Order 71(1) reads that every Friday, the chairperson of the Business Committee shall present to the House a statement on the business arrangement for the following week. And Mr. Speaker, 2 reads that where the first sitting of the meeting precedes a Friday, the statement on the business arranged for the remainder of the week, where possible, shall be presented a day for the commencement of the meeting. Mr. Speaker, Order 71(1) is clear that the business statement can only be presented on a Friday. The only scenario that Order 71 give variation on the Friday is to the effect that if it is a first meeting of a sitting. So I wanted to find out or get guidance on what basis that today is Thursday, that we are adopting or we are presenting a business statement today when our orders are clearly against it. That's the guidance I wanted to seek from you.
Honourable members, the member is seeking for my guidance regarding business statement being taken on Friday. The combined effect of the order read by the honourable member doesn't make it static. So if on Friday, State of the Nation's address is going to be taken, by which it is not possible to take the business statement on same day, there is nothing wrong taking the business statement today or on Tuesday. So on the rules that you have read, it is not static. Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I do agree with him that there's a specific order which sets out Friday. We had this debate, somewhere last week. Go again to Order 2. Order 2. No implied restrictions. No implied restrictions. Order 2. Subject to the provisions of the Constitution and except as otherwise provided in these orders, nothing in these orders shall restrict the manner in which Parliament exercises or upholds its powers, privileges, and immunities. So when Parliament so deems it fit to change the date on which the business statement should be presented, nothing in these orders will restrict Parliament from doing that. So yes, a specific day is scheduled, but Parliament can decide that for reasons of convenience, a different date will be used for presenting business statement.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, when you read Order 71.1, it is not the use of the word shall is mentioned, that every Friday the chairperson of the business committee shall. So, Mr. Speaker, if it is the case that we are expecting the president tomorrow on the message of the State of the Nation, what prevents Parliament either before his message or after his message to take the business committee? So, Mr. Speaker, for Hansard, Parliament is a house of record, and for Hansard, that's why I need your guidance so that in future, Mr. Speaker, in future,
Deputy Whip. You see, the shall that you are reading is not with reference to Friday, the day. The shall is in reference to the person who is to read the business statement.
Mr. Speaker, I'm guided. I think Hansard will capture your guidance.
Yes.
So that in the near future, if it is the case that we want to Hansard capture this, and in the near future we want to even present a business statement on Monday, nobody will actually argue on it. Mr. Speaker, it's convenient to the majority leader, so he doesn't want to apply his law properly because it's very convenient for him.
But Honorable Habib, you've been in the house for some time. Is today the first day that business statements are being taken other than Friday? Yes, the application is to vary the order of business for us to take item number 9.
Speaker, there should be no objection to the taking of that business. However, just to bring to the notification of the majority leader, page 8 and page 9, items 12 and item 18 motion, they have been on this order paper for a very long time. Leader, I know you are particular about how we should do our work in this chamber. Leader, my concern is that if we are not ready, if we are not ready to take this business, it shouldn't appear on the order paper. We should be clinical as a house. You are always, for the past 3 weeks, you have this motion always advertised on the order paper. We don't take them. And now, you just advertise this business and you want to take it. So, it's a reasonable concern Why did you advertise these ones earlier? For the past 1 month, you've been advertising them. And this one just came, and you are taking this one. And this one is also advertised. The two of them, the pension scheme matter, and then the Auditor General matter. And we constituted a body, a committee to work on it. Why can't we take this motion? I don't understand. I don't.
Honourable members, in the absence of any objection to the application, at commencement of public business, item numbered 9. Chairman of the committee.
Report of the Joint Committee on Finance and Economy and Development on Accelerated National Reserve Accumulation Policy 2026 to 2028.
Honourable members, report has been duly presented and they are for distribution to members. Yes.
So, Speaker, we may take the questions now.
To item numbered 8. Question. Honourable members, the minister is seated. We then pose question number 547, standing in the name of Honourable Akwesi Kwaneru, Member of Parliament for Menchia North. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources the legal mandate, institutional structure, and operational scope of the Blue Water Guards recently deployed by the ministry and how effective they have been in protecting Ghana's river bodies from the continuous destruction caused by illegal mining activities. Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. The mandate of the Blue Water Guards is to support the enforcement of existing mining and environmental laws by deterring illegal mining activities in and along river bodies and other water sources. The initiative operates under the supervision of the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources in collaboration with the Minerals Commission, the Forestry Commission, the Water Resource Commission, and the Environmental Protection Agency. The Speaker, Article 2576 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 1 of the Minerals and Mining Act 2006 at 703 vests every mineral in its natural state in and under or upon any land in Ghana, rivers, streams, water courses throughout Ghana, the exclusive economic zone and continental shelf in the President on behalf and in trust for the people of Ghana. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has the mandate to sustainably manage and utilize Ghana's lands, forests, and minerals for national development as provided for in the Minerals and Mining Policy of Ghana. The Speaker, pursuant to Section 101 of Act 703, the Minister has the mandate to generally supervise the proper and effective implementation of the provisions of the Act and its regulations. Mr. Speaker, in the exercise of this mandate and to stop the further destruction of water bodies by illegal miners, the Ministry, in collaboration with the Minerals Commission, launched the Blue Water Guard Initiative, which launched the Blue Water Initiative, which is in two parts: the dechemicalization of water bodies and the establishment of Blue Water Guards to protect the water bodies from the devastating impacts of illegal mining. The Blue Water Guards operate in collaboration with other state actors such as the Minerals Commission, the Water Resource Commission, the Ghana Navy, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the National Anti-Illegal Mining Secretariat, NIMOS. This interagency liaison is fortified by Section 15 of the Minerals Commission Act 1993 at 450 and 32D of the Environmental Protection Act 2025 Act 1124. Mr. Speaker, while the policy oversight rests with the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. Operational coordination at the local level involves the Minerals Commission working directly with the district assemblies as well as the police commands to ensure effective implementation. In the discharge of their duties, the Blue Water Guards operate under a structured command system comprising a command and a second command. They prepare daily work plans and are required to notify the local commander of the Ghana Police Service of their movements. The police service works closely with the guards to provide security support where necessary. These protocols have already been well established with the Ghana Police Force and the Ghana Navy. Mr. Speaker, the Blue Water Guards have enhanced surveillance and deterrence along river bodies and have strengthened collaboration between regulatory and security agencies at the district level. Their structured reporting system promotes accountability, while community sensitization efforts have improved local awareness and cooperation in the fight against illegal mining and the pollution of our water bodies. I thank you.
Honourable Member, any supplementary question?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, part of the question had to do with the effectiveness of the Blue Water Guards in relation to our polluted water bodies. And in particular reference, I asked this follow-up question. What has been the performance criteria or indicators that are being used to assess the work of the Blue Water Guards? I'm bearing that question in mind as a preamble. As you now doubling as the Minister for Environment, the EPA currently says that for Brim River alone, they need about $35 million to do what they term as...
Honourable Member, when you engage in that tangent, the actual question that you have asked is lost. So you have rightly asked the question. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I think the minister is competent enough, and I must build a basis for the minister so that he will be able to answer the question effectively for Ghanaians to appreciate him. If probably that will not be, what have been the performance criteria that has been used by the ministry to measure the performance of the Blue Water Guards, bearing in mind the continuous pollution that requires EPA to say they need 35 million to decalcalize just one river body?
Speaker, in describing the work of the Blue Water Guide, I laid out the structure. I also talk about the commanding and report structure, and that includes monthly reporting and supervisions and work performance and output. Those are all factored in on a monthly basis. I thank you.
Any further questions?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. The minister talks about monthly reports, and that is brought to the ministry. Can the minister be able to share with us, as he says he has monthly reports, what was and what is, so that it can therefore be used as a measure of the performance and effectiveness of the Blue Water Guards?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I was trying to be very brief in laying out what a Blue Water Guard, but the point I was trying to make was that because we have a laid out human resource structure, it begins with training, retraining, discipline, supervision, and performance, and rewards and recognitions for those who are performing. And those are being tailored, and that is how we are tracking the performance of the Blue Water Guards and ensuring they are performing. And we are tracking that on a monthly basis and making sure that where corrective actions are needed, it is done. Thank you.
Yes. Final supplementary question, if any.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my question has to do with the impact on river bodies, not necessarily the Blue Water Guards personnel themselves. The answer given is a reliance on the Blue Water Guards themselves, their training, their retraining, and recognition. What is the impact of the Blue Water Guards activities and the performance criteria being used to assess their performance on our polluted river bodies?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, since the formation of the Blue Water Guard initiative, especially the guards in the various water communities, one, have created the awareness to these communities about the need to make sure that we protect the water body. That's very fundamental. One of the reasons we decided that we will go to the riverine communities is to make sure that the young people, in the spirit of the young pioneer, will understand the national duty to protect what is so fundamental, our water bodies. And we believe that they are playing that very important role. They are also playing a very important coordinating role by being the eyes and ears of the security service, reporting on timely basis on activities that are illegal. And because of those very timely reporting, the security forces, the police, and the NIMOS, and even the Mineral Commission have intervened on timely basis in a lot of areas. Reports of seizures of illegal equipment and arrests have all been possible in a lot of different riverine basins because of the Blue Water Guards. I thank you.
We then move to question numbered 353, standing in the name of Duke William Allen Kwame Amwakwata Oforiata. Honourable members, before giving him the floor to ask the question, I crave your indulgence to acknowledge the presence of our student from Pearl House Academy, led by Bosun Sena, NCC Municipal Director. They are from Efutu constituency. They numbered 68. We also have Rome International School, led by James Aban Mensa, Headmaster, Ningo Pram constituency, the number 56. We have Ghana National Tailors and Dressmaking Association, led by Kojo Esuman, NCC Patron. They are from Gomua West, the numbered 63. We also have Odoko McLean Basic School, led by Grace Anderson, Assistant Headmistress. They are from Ablekuma North, they numbered 90. We also have Liz Faith Hills School, led by Emisa Emmanuel, Headmaster. They are from Domiabra, they numbered 61. Honourable members, on your behalf, I welcome them to Parliament of Ghana and urge them to have a fruitful visit. You may kindly resume your seats. Now, Honourable William Allen Kwame Amwakwata Oforiata, the floor is yours.
Mr. Speaker, I stand on Order 883. I have been authorized by the questioner to ask permission to ask.
Please do.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To ask the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources the plans of the ministry to provide Fantiakwa South with 3 lots under the Tree for Life initiative. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. The Fantiakwa South constituency is a beneficiary of the Tree for Life reforestation initiative, which was launched by His Excellency the President in March 2025. Under this program, the constituency benefited from the establishment of 20 hectares of forest plantations. In addition, under the enrichment planting model, 50 hectares of plantation was undertaken in the Worbon South Forest Reserve within the Fantiakwa South constituency. This year, the ministry will continue the implementation of the initiative nationwide, and the Fantiakwa South constituency will benefit from free seedling distribution for woodlot establishment, the reclamation of degraded mine-out areas, education, and sensitization. I thank you.
Any supplementary question?
Mr. Speaker, no, thank you very much.
I remember this constituency specific. We'll move to question number 456, standing in the name of Honorable Alhaji Nuruddin Mohammed Momoni.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources the number of excavators that has been seized by the ministry since assumption of office by the minister?
Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Since the assumption of office, a total of 500 excavators has been seized in various illegal mining sites across the country. In addition, a total of 490 have been impounded at the Tema Port, awaiting clearance. I thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. My follow-up question has to do with in 2nd July 2025, the administrator for Mineral Development Fund mentioned that 33 excavators were missing. And on the 3rd July 2025, again, the late Environment Minister, my late senior brother, Honorable Mutala, mentioned that 40 excavators were missing. I want to find out from the minister, has these excavators been found?
Honorable member, if your question were to be on a missing excavator, I would have allowed it. But your question is, how many excavators have been seized? And you have exactly been given the number. Honorable members, I have the course.
Mr. Speaker,
can you listen to me? To discuss the manner in which some questions are being posed with your whips at the lobby. The whips can attest to the fact that I share this view with them, that if your question is about the number of excavators seized and you are giving the number, why will you be talking about missing excavators? So let's just play by the rules.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, some of these arguments that you always have on conclave, we don't have the opportunity to hear that. But looking at the follow-up question, it's related. Speaker,
Honorable member, will you take a cue? Your question is simple. To ask the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources the number of excavators that have been seized by the ministry since assumption of office of the minister. Now the minister has come to give you the number. If your question were to be on the missing excavator, then the minister would have done his research work and bring you the information. So question time is not to take anybody by surprise. So you don't ask a question on the number of seized excavator and then turn around to be asking a supplementary question on missing excavator. They are two different things, and it offends Standing Order 89. You are introducing a different matter. You are talking about seized excavators. You are again talking about missing excavators. So let's play by the rules.
Mr. Speaker, you know, you are my best friend, and I'm guided. But Mr. Speaker, another question that I want to add to the minister is that, are these missing excavators part of the seized excavators? The minister is ready to answer. Are the missing excavators that I mentioned, are they part of this 500 excavators that you say you have impounded?
But the minister in his answer never mentioned missing excavators. So that is your own words. Honorable Nuruddin.
Mr. Speaker,
you see,
Ghanaians are watching us.
Yes.
And Mr. Speaker, with the greatest of respect,
yes,
they are watching us.
Yes.
And Ghanaians are much interested in this issue of excavators.
It doesn't matter if the Ghanaians are interested in that particular matter. You know how you should put your question. There are some questions that demand yes or no answer. And when the answer is given you, definitely looking at the nature of the question, you have difficulty asking a supplementary question. One instance is the question that you have asked.
My very good friend, Mr. Speaker, I want to find out from the minister. Are these 500 excavators seized? Are they all in the same location or they are in different locations across the mining areas?
Yes, the seized
And how many
excavator.
in each location?
Are
If they are
they-
in different locations.
Are they in one location or in different locations?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Those seized excavators have all been accounted for, and they are in different locations across the country. I thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, Lord, I'm not done. Mr. Speaker, that's just one follow-up. Can you give us the locations where these excavators are kept? Because, Mr. Speaker, we want to be doing our own tracking. So whenever we see a particular excavator moving from those locations, we can alert the security agencies to do their work.
You see, Honorable Nuruddin, sometimes I have a difficulty. We owe a fidelity to the rules. You ask of a number of seized excavators. You are giving the number. These excavators are seized. The whole world is watching us. Now, you now want the minister to disclose to you the location of those seized excavators. Why?
Mr. Speaker, I don't see anything wrong with the minister disclosing to this honorable house where the excavators are
Well,
located.
the whole
And
world
there's
will
nothing
see
wrong.
something wrong with it. So your question is overruled.
Because since the excavators is not illegal, that we will say that we are doing something illegal. that
So
we
if
don't
you
want to
seize my item and you are now in a public forum saying that my item that you have seized, this is where it is kept, are you considering the security implication of it?
No, Mr. Speaker, there's absolutely nothing wrong with.
Please,
there's
please,
absolutely
please.
nothing wrong with that.
Please, let's do the right thing. Let's do the right thing.
All right.
Let's
thank you
do the
very much,
right
Mr. Speaker. I can't continue to be arguing with you on this issue. I'm guided. Thank you very much for the
You're
opportunity.
welcome. Yes.
Thank you, Speaker, for the opportunity. Honorable Minister, last year there were reports that 33 excavators were missing. Can you confirm to this House whether the excavators are truly missing and if they have still not been found?
Question humbly overruled. Yes.
Why?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, let there be order. Honorable members, some questions should be a substantive question for the minister to prepare the answer to come and give. But for God's sake, this question is seeking to know the number of the seized excavators. Nothing more, nothing less. And the number has been given. So I'll come to you.
Right
Yes.
Right Honorable Speaker, I want to find out from the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, out of the total number of seized excavators, and if I do the calculation, it is about 990. Out of this number, how many of them has been released to their owners? And those that have been released, how many of them were released out of a court order?
Please kindly file a substantive question. Yes, Honorable Habib.
Mr. Speaker,
Welcome.
in the minister's answer, the last sentence, he said, in addition, a total of 490 have been impounded at the Tema port, awaiting clearance. Minister, I wanted to find out from you whether those impounded excavators can also be termed as seized excavators. Either if it is impounded, whether you are going to do investigation and give them the opportunity to clear it, or you are seizing them.
Yes, Honorable Minister. After that, I'll come to you, Soini.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I use the word impounded for a very good reason. Those impounded excavators are going through a process of verification through the Ministry of Transport in collaboration with my ministry and Customs Division. And once you can certify that they were imported based on the guidelines that have been established. One, you had approval before you imported it, and you can establish a legitimate company and a location where it's going to be tracked to that location and join fence. And so those processes, once you satisfy that those impounded excavators can then be released to you. But those 490 have been impounded pending the process.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, Minister, I asked this question because the questionnaire seeks to only find out about seized excavators. So, Minister, why did you include impounded excavators in your answer when the question is talking about only seized excavators?
Yes, Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I wanted to be very transparent to ensure that this House will be provided with all the information at my disposal. I thought it was important I did so. And I'm very happy to clarify as we go forward.
Yes, Honorable Soini.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to find out from the Minister how many seized excavators were handed over to him when he assumed office, because we do know that the previous government, his predecessor also announced. Mr. Speaker, we know that the previous government.
Honorable member, I think you have asked your question.
Okay, thank you.
I would advise you to file a substantive question. Yes, honorable members, let's move to question number 461, standing in the name of Ebenezer Prince Ahin, Member of Parliament for Mfansiman.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, the honorable member is absent and he has sent me. No, he sent me. Mr. Speaker, about 30 minutes ago, he sent me a message.
Please, why are you up?
Yes, so now that he's here, yes, thank you. So he's here.
Yes, honorable member, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. What he said is very true, and apologies on that. I rise, Mr. Speaker, to ask the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources the plans the ministry is implementing to facilitate the ratification of the Uya lithium in the Infantimani constituency. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I'm happy to report that after extensive consultation, the Oya mining lease was laid in this August House on the 19th of December 2025 for consideration and ratification. It has since been referred to the Committee on Lands and Natural Resources for consideration and report to the House. I thank you.
Yes, any supplementary question?
No supplementary question, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Minister.
Thank you. This is a constituency specific. Let's move to question number 518, standing in the name of Francis Kwabena Owusu Achiao, Member of Parliament for Jobe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources what steps the ministry has implemented in strengthening minerals exploration and resource estimates for the small-scale miners. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. To ensure sustainable mining, the Minerals Commission is collaborating with the Ghana Geological Survey Authority, the University of Mines and Technology, the Ghana Landscape Restoration and Small-Scale Mining Project to undertake geological investigation in 30 blocked-out areas. The Speaker, the GGSA, which is the Ghana Geological Survey Authority, has also completed preparatory works to embark on geological investigation on 20 blocks with the financial support of the Ghana Gold Board. The exercise has been undertaken to delineate viable and suitable areas for small-scale mining. The GGSA is also actively mapping previously unmapped regions to identify new mineral deposits and replenish the depleting resources. We believe that this collaboration will lead to the delineation of areas for resource estimates for small-scale miners in the coming year. So far, there are about 180 designated areas across the country. I thank you.
Any supplementary question?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Yes, I want to find out from the minister that in his answer, I want to know that does it mean that all the agencies mentioned in the answer are doing their own exploration in the various blocks as mentioned in the answer?
Minister.
Madam Speaker, I was very careful with the answer, and I stated it very clearly that the ministry is leading a collaborative effort among these various agencies to focus on geological investigation to identify where the minerals and where the minerals are. And so we are making sure that there's more coordination and collaboration among these agencies. I thank you.
Any further supplementary?
No, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Thank you, Minister.
Thank you. We then move to question numbered 548, standing in the name of Honorable Issa Salifu Taylor. Takwa Nswaim.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources to provide an update on the status of the refinery project by the Ghana Manganese Company Limited at the Nsuta site in Takwa Nswaim, and when the final approval from the government will be granted to commence operations.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The ministry received a proposal from the Ghana Manganese Company Limited to establish a manganese refinery plant in Ghana. The proposal covered the technical design and proposed production capacity of the refinery, estimated investment outlay and implementation timelines, expected economic and social benefits, including job creation and value addition within the mining sector. However, the company has requested specific government intervention or facilitations to make the project bankable, notably in securing tax exemptions and waivers, reduction in import charges, and reduction in price and supply of gas to facilitate the construction of a manganese refinery. Consequently, the ministry has constituted a technical committee made up of reps from the relevant stakeholders institution to review the proposal. A series of meetings have already been held with the Ghana Manganese Company Limited. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources is coordinating a follow-up discussion with key stakeholders to ensure that all statutory, environmental, and fiscal issues are properly addressed before approvals are granted. The committee is expected to complete its work by the end of the first quarter of the year. I thank you.
Yes, member, any supplementary question?
Yes, the Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, given that the committee is expected to complete its work by the end of the first quarter, can the Honorable Minister indicate a clear timelines for when final approval will be granted and when commercial operations at the Nsuta site.
Yes,
in Takwan Soil.
Honorable Minister, timeline.
The construction of this refinery is a very critical project that will add to our value addition drive in the mineral space. And that is why government is moving fast track to engage the company to ensure the committee completes its work. As soon as it's done, we will work with the company to make sure we follow all the legal processes is completed and the approvals given for construction to begin as soon as possible.
Any further supplementary?
No further question. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.
This is also constituency specific. We move to question number 497, standing in the name of Honorable Azik Boama Nyako, Member of Parliament for Efia. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for Land and Natural Resources how many excavators have been seized since January 2025, the number missing or unaccounted for, and what measures the ministry is putting in place to regulate the increasing importation of excavators into the country. I thank you, Right
Honorable Minister.
Honorable Speaker, since my adoption of office, a total of 500 excavators have been seized at various illegal mining sites across the country. In addition, a total of 490 have been impounded at the Tama Port awaiting clearance. Mr. Speaker, again, I wish to state categorically that no excavator seized is missing or unaccounted for. The ministry has data on all the excavators seized and their location. Mr. Speaker, in furtherance to our efforts to regulate the importation and use of excavators, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, in collaboration with the Ministry of Transport, the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, and the Minerals Commission has rolled out a national excavator tracking system. This system provides a centralized national dashboard, geofencing capabilities, real-time alerts, and enforcement support. It also incorporates an import restriction regime which establishes multiple layers of approvals for the importation of earth-moving equipment into the country. The Speaker, to import an excavator, an importer must first obtain an approval or permit from the Ministry of Transport. Upon arrival of at the port, the DVLA registers the excavator before clearance. Thereafter, the Minerals Commission installs a tracking device on the equipment prior to release from the port. Mr. Speaker, furthermore, government has procured and deployed over 1,000 digital tracking devices to monitor and regulate the movement and use of excavators and other mining equipment nationwide, in accordance with the provisions of the Mining and Minerals Operation Tracking of Earth Moving and Mining Equipment Regulations, LI 2404. The technology-driven intervention is enhancing real-time monitoring, improving transparency, and strengthening accountability within the mining sector. I thank you.
Honourable Member, any supplementary question?
Mr. Speaker, I want to find out from the Honourable Minister the 500 excavators seized and the 490 impounded. What is government doing with them? Thank you. What is the ministry doing with the seized and the impounded excavators?
Yes, Honourable.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, the government is working and collaborating with relevant agencies, and we are in advanced stage of discussions on the way forward on how these excavators can be utilized. I'm not in a position to discuss that yet because those engagements have not been completed. But once I am very clear about the way forward, I will be able to come to this House and provide that information to honorable members. I thank you.
Yes, any further question?
Mr. Speaker, the minister in his response indicated that they have incorporated an import restriction regime which establishes multiple layers of approval for the importation of earth-moving equipment into the country. Can the honorable minister... Okay, so I'm saying that the honorable minister in his response indicated that they have incorporated an import restriction regime which establishes multiple layers of approval. So I want to find out from the honorable minister what exactly has gone into what goes into this import restriction regime. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Minister.
Right, Honourable Speaker, I'm proud to announce that prior to the implementation of this new restriction regime, excavators and other heavy equipments were not even registered with the DVLA. I'm very happy to report we now have a very robust registration regime working with the DVLA. I can also report that the DVLA, working closely with the Mineral Commission, has established a checking point at the port. And so those excavators that arrive, that is after you've received the permit, and the stop point is the Ministry of Transport. The Ministry of Transport, if you are coming to import any heavy duty equipment for road construction, you will get that approval from the Ministry of Roads and Highway. If you want it from you are coming to do mining, you will go to the Ministry of Lands and Natural through the Minerals Commission, and as if any other ministry, and then that will go to the Ministry of Transport. And so that coordination, we have a committee working together to ensure that that exists. And because of this robust regime and the tracking that I've talked about, no excavator will move. As we speak, we've tracked over 1,000 excavators at the port. And then we've geofenced them as well. So if you say that your excavator is going to Takwa, Anglo Gold, for example, it will be tracked to Takwa. You can't branch anywhere else. And to be geofenced to the mining site. And that is how it's been tracked. And in real time, we are monitoring those excavators at the Minerals Commission tracking room. I thank you.
Yes, your last supplementary, Fanny.
Very well, right, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in his answer again, the last but one paragraph, he indicated that government has procured and deployed over 1,000 tracking devices. I want to find out from the Honorable Minister what percentage of the number of excavators in this country are being tracked or are tracked.
Yes.
Honourable Speaker, I think it's a very good question. I know that since we began the implementation of this program, all the excavators that are now coming in the country are being tracked. Where the challenge is that those excavators that are already in the mines have not been tracked. But we are working with all these mining companies, working with DVLA and the Minerals Commission to also track those that are already in the system. I thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Page 47 of the Minister's answer. Mr. Speaker, again, I wish to state categorically that no excavator seized is missing or unaccounted for. The ministry has data on all the excavators seized and their location. An agency under your ministry, that is MDEF, the CEO of that agency, in the person of Hannah Bisu, is on record to have said that about 33 of those missing excavators were missing. This is a glorious opportunity for you to clarify to the Ghanaian people. How do you reconcile both statements? Thank
Question not admitted.
The minister is even ready to go and answer. The minister is even ready to go and answer. How is it not admitted? The minister is even ready to go and answer.
Honourable members, you will all agree with me that the minister is not here to clarify a statement made by an agency chief executive. Let's operate within this thing. You understand? Yes.
Right, Honourable Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. Speaker, sometimes it is just important that we remind ourselves that this is a house of record. And ministers are endowed with the capacity to deal with institutions under them. And especially when the minister has all the wherewithal to respond to those matters. Speaker, I know for a fact that the minister has an answer that would have even put this matter to a certain understanding and clarity.
So,
and he was about to respond
Honorable
to them.
Jerry Ahmed, available leader, show me the record of the House of the statement made by Honorable Hannah Bisu. You say this is a house of record.
Mr. Speaker, I can share with you the video that has gone around.
Is that the record of the House?
Mr. Speaker, that is, I can share with you. But Mr. Speaker,
Yes.
Mr. Speaker,
Majority leader.
Please.
Let me hear you, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I think that given the nature of the issue, the allegations made and etc., the minister is here. So my plea is that if you will allow the minister to respond to it, it will
Well,
help.
what I am, Honorable Majority Leader, with all due respect, what I am trying to avoid
Yes.
is the minister's word against the alleged statement made by Hannah Bisu, who is currently not at the chamber to even utter a word. We are house guided and we need to be guided accordingly.
Yeah, but,
So,
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, the reason why I'm putting this plea is that the lady in question has issued a public statement denying the statement attributed to her.
You see,
Number two, she is a CEO of an agency under the minister.
Yes.
And therefore, he sees with the facts and therefore can respond.
Honorable Majority Leader, that is the more reason for which the question should not be allowed. Because you are saying that the lady in question has issued a public statement denying the allegation, and such a person is not in this house. And the question being brought has nothing to do with any allegation concerning Hannah Bisu in any manner whatsoever. So per our rules, that question, for all intent and purposes, should be disallowed. Because ministers are not asked questions based on allegation by another person.
I don't intend to challenge your ruling or to challenge your reasoning. But I think because the majority leader has alluded to that particular matter, I will not have said anything. I think that it would be in the interest of the minister to dig further into that particular statement by the CEO. Because, Mr. Minister, if you read the statement the CEO came, the clarification, as he has said, is worse than to even say that the excavators were missing. So I will urge the minister to really dig into what happened. Because of what he said. Because the CEO said that they first found 40 excavators. The next day when they came back, they met only 7. It's worse than saying that they were missing. So I think that you should investigate it. I will accept what the speaker has said, but you should investigate that statement.
Well, the minister can take that advice and investigate the propriety or otherwise, but that is not a question I will definitely allow to be answered. Yes?
Mr. Speaker, I would like to find out from the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources whether you are aware, whether you are aware
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to find out from the Minister responsible for Lands and Natural Resources whether he is aware that the CEO of the Minerals Development Fund had made a statement to the effect that 33 excavators were missing out of a 40 Cs. Are you aware?
Question overruled. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the minister that whether or not there are measures put in place to curb the situation where excavators were missing. So, yes, the time when excavators were missing left, right, center, have you put in place measures to curb the said situation?
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Right, Honorable Speaker, we learning lessons of the past and knowing the risk of excavators possibly missing, flying, we've taken very important measures to ensure that all excavators that are seen are embossed with security features, tracking devices, and tracking numbers across the country. So those excavators that I've described have been properly embossed with features to ensure that they will not be missing. I thank you.
Honourable members, question time is ended. Honourable members, let me seize the opportunity to draw the House attention to Standing Order 88.7, which states, a member in asking a question shall not address the House, raise any argument, or offer an opinion. Honourable members, it is on this basis that if you want to preface your question with argument, you'll be offending the rules. If you want to say because of ABCD by way of offering an opinion, you'll be offending the rules. And you cannot also address the House. Where a question has been asked and answered, no debate on it shall be permitted. And particularly 89. I was taking it up with the Deputy Whip yesterday. It reads, as soon as a question is answered, a member beginning with the member who asked the question may, without notice, ask a supplementary question for further clarification of any matter of facts on the answer, but a supplementary question shall not introduce a matter not included in the original question. Honourable members, let's take note of this particular rule. You can ask a supplementary question, but a supplementary question must not introduce a matter which is not included in the original question. So you cannot be asking a question on the number of excavators when you are provided a number, then you are proceeding to ask questions on missing excavators. You are introducing entirely different subject matter. On your behalf, I thank the Minister for attending upon the House to provide answers to the questions scheduled for him. Honourable Minister, thank you very much. You are hereby discharged. Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we'll take two statements without spending much time on commenting on them and see how far. Two statements, one on this side, one on the other side. There's a statement here? Yeah. Is yours advertised? It's advertised. No, is it advertised? No, I'm saying, is your statement advertised? Pardon? Let's take Adam, and then after that we'll take your statement. So Adam, because you know, at business committee meeting, we spoke about the need to at least provide space for statements that have been advertised. And, you know, just after that, we are repeating the same thing. So let us just take one advertised statement, and then we can get to your statement. I beg you.
8C.
Yes.
Speaker, there should be no objection to that application, except to say that I am coming under 93(1), and I've given the Speaker a foreknowledge of it. So the leader should be informed accordingly.
Very well.
Mr. Speaker, 8C.
Yes, but he said he's coming under Order 93(1) to draw the House attention to a matter of urgent public importance.
Yeah, Order 93(1) doesn't say that even when you admit that statement, it should supersede any other statement that is going to be made that day. So the statement can be made at the end of sitting, can be made at the beginning, can be made midstream. We are not objecting to the statement being made. Once we've admitted it, it will be made today. But we also agreed at business committee that what has happened the last 2 weeks is we advertise statements of most of them backbenchers. They come and sit here the whole day. Leaders come and raise urgent matters, you know, say that their statements should be given priority, and then the backbencher statements keep being delayed. So we agreed at business committee that I will not allow leaders to come and stampede us on urgent statements. We agreed. He was there. We agreed. And I told him that I was not going to allow that. We will allow, you know, backbencher statements to also be taken. But today we're saying that let's have a gentleman agreement. Let's have the backbencher's statement taken. Then he can also make his urgent statement. I'm not against it.
Very well. So we take which of the statement?
Just a point for the record. Leader, it is not within your mandate, with the greatest respect to you, to say that I will not allow. That is not in your mandate. It is yes, he is the leader, and I respect him. But it will not take the leader to say that I will not allow the statement to be made. It is Mr. Speaker that admits statement. I am just surprised the language you put out. It's not in your mandate.
Well,
Speaker, it is not in his mandate to say that I will not allow.
Are you talking about admitted statement,
yes,
or you
Speaker,
want to draw
Speaker,
the attention of the House
Speaker, I'm sorry.
to a matter of urgent public
Speaker,
importance?
I'm sorry. I won't do this thing with you. I was at the business committee meeting. The matter was raised. In fact, I even raised the matter and said that as of the last advertisement, there were 19 statements advertised. And most of them stood in the names of members who were, first-time colleagues. Then the leader said that, okay, so let's give priority to it. Then I said, yes, but there should be a caveat. Where I am coming under 93(1), is a matter of urgent public importance. I am not coming to stampede any statement that has been advertised already. So I have agreed to what he's saying. But to say that I will not allow, it's not within your mandate. It's not. And our orders do not give him that powers. Mr. Majority, that we respect you, we will defer to you, we will give you all the deference, but it's not in your power to say that I will not allow the statement to be made. You can't do that. You can't say that.
Well, I think, was it last week that the House reached some agreement following an incident involving Eko Asafwa. He has a statement admitted on a particular subject matter. A leader has a statement on same subject matter, came, and that statement has overtaken that of the member, and it brought about some confusion, leading to the fact that some members have their statement processed and duly captured on the order paper to be taken. However, leaders will come with a statement not captured by the order paper, and they want it to override the statement captured by the order paper. And we all agree that to be fair to all members and to give fair opportunity so that they can also have a bite, let's go by the rules so that if your statement is not captured, you ensure that it is captured, and when it gets to your turn, same will be taken. I think it was on that basis that the leader is making his points. So if the agreement of the House is in consonance with what happened last week, then we proceed to take statement per the order paper. And my instruction is to take the statement numbered C, standing in the name of Eric Adam Agbana, Member of Parliament for Ketu North.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to make this statement. But, Mr. Speaker, I want to humbly seek your guidance to make a prayer that I have two statements admitted for more than 6 months. And if I'm given the opportunity, I would rather want to do the 8H. If
Honorable Member, you don't have a choice. I mentioned a statement numbered C, and that is what you have to take.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, statement on population and development, shaping Ghana's development narrative. Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to make this statement on population and development, a matter that lies at the very heart of Ghana's socio-economic progress. A couple of months ago, I had the privilege of participating in an intensive and enlightening workshop organized by the Parliamentary Population and Development Caucus, ably led by the Deputy Minority Leader, the Honorable Patricia Appiagyei, and supported by the Honorable Kwame Jijoli Gakpe. I wish to take this opportunity to commend their leadership and the efforts of all the members of the caucus for facilitating such a timely and impactful engagement. The workshop was not only informative, but also a powerful reminder of the intricate relationship between population dynamics and national development. Mr. Speaker, my motivation for raising this matter today stems from the deep insights gained during the workshop. Ghana's population is growing rapidly, with the youth constituting a significant proportion. This demographic trend presents both tremendous opportunities and serious challenges. Mr. Speaker, if strategically harnessed, our youthful population can be a powerful engine for innovation, productivity, and sustainable growth. However, if neglected, it could result in rising unemployment, overstretched public services, and widening inequality. It is therefore imperative, Mr. Speaker, that Ghana intentionally aligns its development agenda with the population growth. Parliament in this regard has a unique and critical role to play, not just through legislation, but by shaping national narratives, influencing public policy, and ensuring rigorous oversight in the implementation of population-focused programs. Mr. Speaker, a key insight from the workshop was the evidence gap in our current public policy framework. At present, there is limited synergy in how population issues are integrated into our national development planning. This gap undermines the ability of the National Development Planning Commission to effectively formulate and implement population-responsive programs. Mr. Speaker, the work of the Population and Development Caucus must serve as a catalyst for sustained long-term action. We must commit to empowering our people, especially women and young people, through access to education, reproductive health, services, and meaningful economic opportunities. This is not merely a matter of benevolence, but one of national urgency and strategic importance. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, I once again express my appreciation to the facilitators while calling that as the youthful population grows, there is need for all policymakers to take into consideration the fact that it is important to implement more pro-youth policies to support the growing population, especially among the young people. Mr. Speaker, the time to act is now. Let us work together to build a Ghana where population and development progress is in harmony for today and for generations yet unborn. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Honourable Member, that is the statement ably made. The floor is now open for comments. Honourable members, in the absence, yes, Honourable Kwame Abuja.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to make a few comments about this brilliant statement made by our colleague. Mr. Speaker, it is true that in any jurisdiction, issues of population should account for any planning and projections if you actually want that policy to succeed. Whether it's education, health, security, roads, or anything, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, indeed, issues about population should be at the center of our planning and even the way we draw up our budget. Mr. Speaker, it is also important for us to know the population projections, to know what to expect in terms of investment. Currently, everybody gets up and says our population is growing at a certain 2-point-something or whatever it is. Since this data comes up, you will notice also that today somebody will tell you Ghana's population is 32 million. Somebody will say it's 35 million because it's based on projection, because the census figure is different from what the projected population is. So the figures being quoted now is based on just a projection. So, Mr. Speaker, this is very important. If I have my way, every policy that emanates from any institution or the state should show what population indices they are using to be able to do this. So I think the statement made by our colleague must be taken seriously. Mr. Speaker, for instance, if we want to say we are building a road, or what should we be doing to, let's say, Accra Road in the next 10 years, it has to be based on a certain projection of the population, the number of vehicles that will be plying that road, what kind of activities are even the populace, what are they doing at Takrady, all these things. So it's not only the numbers, but the details of the makeup of the population. Mr. Speaker, the reason today you'll find out that a lot of people will come to you, I have masters in this, I have 2 masters, I have 3 masters. When you ask, masters in what? What is the relevance of the master's degree you hold to the need of our country? Nobody answers that question. Maybe if we pay attention to this, it will be important to find out whether we should allow even the universities or some universities to continue to roll out certain programs, because you are just producing people where you have absolutely no idea as to what they will do. The fact that I have a master's degree doesn't mean that I can automatically get a job. Even if they are looking for a job as a welder, and I have 3 master's degree in economics, how useful am I to the job opportunity in welding? So the issue of population and the makeup of that population must be taken very seriously, and the location of that population makeup. Because if you find out that some young people within a certain location have a certain age group and have a certain background in terms of education and skills, then when you are creating jobs, you know that this is the best location for jobs. So it will not be a political tool to say, because I'm the minister of so and so, I'll go and put a certain factory in my village, when the village actually where the skills and other things is the opposite village. So, Mr. Speaker, I think this is a very important statement. And if I have my way, Mr. Speaker, I'll even go as far as saying that this statement should be referred to an appropriate committee to further delve into the issues of population and how we apply population issues to the relevance of our national development. Mr. Speaker, I wish that this statement be considered as one of the statements referred to a committee of parliament for an in-depth studies, and then a report to the plenary for a decision. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you. Yes. Honorable.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, would like to congratulate the maker of the statements for the brief introduction of the topic. But, Mr. Speaker, as far as in Ghana, we know that our population is expected to grow to about 50 million in the year 2050, clearly indicating that there's more we need to do as a country to tackle key issues that affect our country. The first issue, Mr. Speaker, I believe has to do with the issue of unemployment. There are so many young people who are getting educated, getting skills, but lacking the ability to get jobs to do, which also put a lot of strain on the adult population, especially dependency. So the adult who is working virtually is taking care of about 4 or 5 more other people who might not be his immediate family members. And I believe that that is one area we need to put emphasis on. What is the curriculum that we need to change to ensure that the young ones that are coming out are learning relevant skills that are applicable to industry and our home and communities? And that is the question we need to be asking. The question we need to be asking the Ministry of Education: what are you going to do differently this time around, up to 2050, to make sure that our people are well positioned, that they are mobile enough to go anywhere in the world and be global competitors? What are we telling our Ministry of Education and other agencies? What programs and policies that you are putting in place to make sure that these young ones that are coming up get something to do or can do something for themselves? Mr. Speaker, in this House, I think that consistently we've come to one conclusion, that it is going to be difficult for government to provide all the jobs for our people. And therefore, self-employment, private employment are the new ways that we can use in changing our countries. Mr. Speaker, if you take all the developed countries that we have in the world, it is the private sector that has been able to generate the energies, the employment for their people. Today, people talk about China, people talk about US, people talk about UK. They are all private-led jobs that our people are engaging. And therefore, what new mindset do we have to tell our young ones to start something on their own? Mr. Speaker, recently I've had the opportunity of speaking to one of our own professors in this House. And he's a professor of psychology. And what he told me is that these days, the youth even believe more in faith than doing something with their own hands. And I believe that that is very dangerous, because we cannot continue to have this savior mentality that we are waiting for somebody to come up with something before we do something for ourselves. And with the rapid increase in population, Mr. Speaker, if we are not careful, the demographic...
Hey, so what me call you no machi? One day, pen on Amate say, send right 24th, and right that 24th February, 2026.
Yeah.
You started morning show with the third week, 2025, third week. Na me beka say, obi a otie me bia beka say me beka say on the 60th anniversary of the overthrow of Nkrumah. Kotoka airport din e be change. Obi a otie ye bia makasa story 4 or 5 times e wa. E de enya nsapo.
Prophecy.
Enya prophecy. Na nkomo bi kwaso amete ye. Some lawyer for bi hie mu a me call mo hie mu ba ko. E dano a esi ampa ho. You see on the before or on the 60th anniversary of the overthrow of Nkrumah, ye be sesa Kotoka airport din no. Ampa. Ene bebre buofu. Ghana ha mpanyimfo mu take this decision no say ye political when you political me mom dey 20 years ago 10 years ago na me support Kotoka International Airport enti ene mani age pa mani age ne say emfa aduane mreme but image na creative for mine no Kotoka International Airport no more anopai mu amwo aban mu amoye Google map no say wa bo say Kotoka International Airport na beba na Accra International Airport na beba we ne AI but e was say na ye
but it be take it some time
and take it time onye na no pay ya say ade no start ya che
o Google
yeah omo change free home family Accra International Airport Greater Accra for Pejamudin Mona mode masase ma ye na nam se omo fancy airport enfantomo Kotoka oni history papa bia wo Ghana ku enye according to your constitution obi obeye ku ema o settle the first coup wo Ghana ema obi a kondo soja ni bia sori anu ofatu eye Kotoka edi mfie miensa na ya chi ne behu se CIA for ne ta na chi se monkoye Central Intelligence America for ene tu no who ridiculous no reporter omo se China for ne Russia for adosun Soviet adosun wo Ghana Nkrumah de omo build the bridges ono omo de omo ye akwan ono de omo kire omo atomic eniema atomic energy omo kosi no na niema omo baye ho no US for mpese Russia ne China for beba ha omo amefa e gold no said na omoye no Nkrumah akofa Russia for nta omachinti yentu no obi anim eneje se wo ye politically sheepish and mahu sheepish mentality bi as obi ase ye aye MPP NDC Kotoka de owura akwadwo opon Nkrumah me pe na semache onye perfect ombusa no say it's long overdue we nya politics omuse Kwame Nkrumah autocratic
okabi obi nkabi
mu amompe reading no Kwame Nkrumah autocracy no omutu no omuse ade ba ko ode ba fa Preventive Detention Act PDA ocheche amanfo omu opposition fo guma bra ye ni omasem ade na Kwame Nkrumah echi omu Kwame Nkrumah say yato bomb won so assassination attempt ye pena kunu yato no tuo yato no bomb ye be hye ne fie yato no tuo ama ne bodyguard ne ho age awu ewo ho ye kwahwehwe mu na enipa we na e plan o makoshe Togo ntina na oni Silvanus Olympio Togo president enka no Togo for Ghana for betna ho plan se yenko tu Nkrumah free so obedi ade 2 years pe tesa o man na nkrofo bi hu ne se na oye omodea e na wo free akire ne ye de wa be secretary ade na wo da obedi animu na ye sidi ne kura wo de aba ne yemfa ohima no ne tinto so ohima na no ye Britain hima na ya pam no no na yemfa ne tinto so ne yensom no ne nyina ye document tie tu no na ye tu no a omo ne ho ban nti obi o prepare sa bi o chewa na o de ukọ ne ye de watum kopim se court bedi wasem mu amon pa kenkan no se Nkrumah eye enopai mu pa Kotoka airport no mu nkosi bi o baabi na mo fa ne di nto so na mo fa mo plane lande wo ho mo enya MPP NDC asem se Kwame Nkrumah wo ho anke wo motorway from Accra to wa ene meboa ko wo ho anke wo motorway from ha to wa se wo ho anke wo factories wo ho anke wo akwan wo partner de open na ye wo se politics the way can be di Preventive Detention Act na Kwame Nkrumah de ba ya nti omutu no NLC National Liberation Council na omutu Kwame Nkrumah no omutu na omsi sojafo bi pese omuso ye dai ombetu omo ti omuso astemra bi e fa no Protective Detention Decree
nenya de corona
ai o mase sadi na omuso ye bon omote se wo be ya na o mai dai omachew nti Preventive Detention Act nti ya tu Kwame Nkrumah ba Kotoka so ne ankra ba na omuso asete Protective Detention Decree omunso mra no omunso omo cheche amanfo ogum. One of the best presidents in the US. So you know Abraham Lincoln. Obi say the greatest leader in America or the greatest leader they have ever had. Who read in history? Or no they arrest without trial. E do baby or say do baby or my moi. I was so chini patum. I was Brian Kauma and become best say o mine. Oh, chechiri adiena o ma. Unse obi timichi o mama no mo de o ma to cage him say o ye nkwan akora na ha no. At a point onim de o ye no. Enti Abraham Lincoln, those of you who don't want to read, go and read Abraham Lincoln, arrest without trial, detention with court to cancel no abogu no the soldier for and they so the greater because near more ye no 100 years later Oma be say say no ye ade na nkrofo bi mpeso obeye. Omo pena kunu a no wote ho. Ono kwa ya Antony bombo, nkroma ye to ne bombo na apete egu ne ho. Ye to ne tu na ne bodyguard ne ho age because nipa bonefo bi pese omo tire brofo achi. No mutu no na abrofo no koso didi e wo ha ni nyina ani o enti se eno achi a Kwame Nkrumah cheche nipa the whole Ghana yeti o man say wa the first public execution yetu Kwame Nkrumah 60 years eno anti na me kan asem we no yeti yo man ya abrofo ba ha no the first public execution say yedi nipa agina ho abo mutuo pe eku omo eye NLC Kotokani Ankara. The first public execution. Enya Rollins. Yes. Okay. Mom packing kind. Yes, or NDC. Into the NDC can be a odi actually. Or MPP into the MPP. Come on, packing kind. The first public execution. See, I didn't put it now. CPP for no Mudi Kwame Nkrumah. We know so you CPP near Cho near boat to first public execution. Na cameras you almost. The first time you do be say cage. You didn't file krum. So oya de ye benefa kruma kokuno papa bia ye friend boy Moses or ye CPP functionary te say na apia stadium more frekasa already so metai mahama achi say apia stadium not tie president Kofo achi ye friend papa bi boy Moses go and read no ye Kwame Nkrumah functionary or penasem kwa ye kwache ne de ne she cage mfa krum si ye kokuno onye power oni hwe. Enti sa nipa we a omo ne koma Rollins munya akono se de yeku because say yesi kwan papa so a ade Kwame Nkrumah authoritarian say ye chi nipa de na to prison na Kwame Nkrumah o chi mpanyimfo enye ono mpo na eche preventive detention act no mra na NLC for no so be ye bi omo ye omo de protective detention decree omo so chi amanfo by history nti amanfo de asie akora bi e fe ne Salifa Osene papa on ne tete no odwane ko Sierra Leone. Oba no was 16 years. Small boy oni obi akotena no wadwane that time o. Wototo tutomu na ambassador ne say yensan fa ne mbra Ghana na nipa na ne papa ma ne kotena ne nchen eko school o Sierra Leone o se Guinea no. Nipa no tete ne ti akora ne yenfa ne mbra Ghana. Ghana ambassador o ho. Akora ne bedu Kotoka airport a ne yache no adina kotum. Adenya ofri Guinea na eba na Kwame Nkrumah na asoma no 16-year-old boy. Mo packing kan mo be kan Salifa se na mo kan de acheche o mo kan Salifa ne papa se munyi di mpie ne ye medi nasem military for na san mra se o mo power no illimitable o mo unlimited power Kwame Nkrumah authoritarian much 16-year-old boy so no be ye ku atumo akora o ko school enti niam mo be ye obana ha no corruption na o mo se Kwame Nkrumah corrupt Ankara na o ye cool leader no then no reason ye in 68 corruption abrofo brain sika na ye no transition period no o jiji sika yenka no
Odu anamdo o cheke